Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for Tuesday, May 17, 2016, week 20. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market. See what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. Let's jump right into week 20 today, Tuesday. After a zero tick Monday, coming back 305 ticks across the board. What a trend. It was trend number 4 for the day. On setup number 3, take a look at those 51.44s. Technical momentum to the downside. There's your big picture of the day. A little bit of reject at the 144s all across the board, both on the NQ, the YM, and the ES. A lot of early morning chop. Eventually followed through in the PM session on a total of 5 trends for today. There was the trend of the session. 4 charts in the red. Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let your winners ride and run. And there was your trend. Tamped up here. Price action on the NQ bailing out there at the stop. And then eventually re-entry on the sell signal to the downside. Beauty of a move. Taking a look at the econ data for today. What is it that set us going? Well, consumer price index, housing starts. Hey guys, everything looking ahead to not just FOMC minutes and EIA crude tomorrow, but just looking ahead to June reports and FOMC decisions, volatility in the market. That's where you're sitting. All right, let's jump right into the charts for the session. First, let's take a look at the AD line for the entire session. What really set this entire move up? Well, there you go. Advancers and decliners to the downside. Decliners giving a little pipe back up. European close, holding barely above the 10 EMA, and then giving rise both trends to the downside, and then peaking out flat. Let's take a look at start at the crude. Let's jump over to the crude. There we go. Crude. Price action opening up. Not much as we head into EIA, but again, looking at some high numbers here. It's been a while since we've been back up at those 48s. $50 price action buy signal here about post 1 hour of the crude open. There's your first setup as it holds above the T350 and the 50 EMA. Bounce right there. Re-opportunity to the upside, back down, and then there you are, back upside again. 3 charts in the green, solid Heikin-Ashi bars with the 50 above the 144 to keep you in the uptrend. Nice move on the crude. Hey guys, we'll take a look at crude tomorrow on the EIA report. Should see a mover in between Wednesday and Thursday. Let's jump right over to the YM. Is price action on the YM. Again, it was a tough morning. A couple of minor opportunities. You have 4 charts in the green. Here we are a little bit. Let's go back a little bit. There we go. Market open. Sell signal on 4 charts. That was a nice trend move down there on the YM downside as the 50 was holding below the 144. Just match them up. There you go. 50 below the 144. Not looking for anything in the green. Again, some small opportunities. Chop. There's a sell signal, but not an let's take a look a little bit closer at that. When you see a sell signal, but the bar, the Heikin-Ashi bar, is an indecision bar. Bar in the middle, tails, shadows at both ends. You hold off. Buy signal back to the upside. 3 charts in the green for a nice little scalp entry here at about 10:45. Again, you might have held off as price action really didn't clear that 144 at that point. It wasn't until this afternoon session when during lunchtime, actually, East Coast, price action started to move down here at about 12:15. Price action breaks right there underneath the 51.44 and to the downside pullback. Whether you're managing that on the way down or re-entered, there was the move of the session that we just saw. Trend number 4, setup number 3 of the day. Price action gave another little opportunity down here. 3 charts in the red, not too bad. Price action shifting a little bit here on the 20 tick, a little bit higher time frame, but again, for the majority of the part, trend on the 1 minute here. Again, you go to a higher time frame, eliminate some of that noise, but for the majority of the session in the red. Let's take a look at the NQ. It's price action, similar story, a little bit choppy in the morning, a little bit challenging. If you kept your stop at the swing size, you should have been okay, but again, some very tight moves here. Here was a sell signal, solid body tail down. There was another one down here. This was about post 15 minutes. Again, the first entry from up here, sell signal downside. But again, any re-entry here. Now, this is what I tend to say and tend to look at is that if price action, you got 3 charts in the red, 3 charts in the red. I'm not looking for a home run here. All I'm looking for is an entry. I got 3 charts in the red. Price action is underneath the 50 and the 144. I'm taking the early entry, solid body tail down. Does it always work out? No, it doesn't. So you take a loss. You get back in, you try to make it up. So couple of questionable entries here. You had to look at the AD line. You had to look at the tick count to see if that was the optimal entry. Early entries were better. You take your first contract around 6 ticks. Maybe it didn't work out as you saw here. All right, if your stop's at the swing size, you had no problem. You would have won. But if you keep your stop any closer, then you got stopped out, and there you go. All right, anyway, sell signal down here, 4 charts in the red, 4 charts in the red. It was mid-session shop here, or actually European close, got a little lift out of the market, and then it was there, trend number 4, bang, right to the downside, 4 charts in the red, again with a nice other opportunity, and again, 50 below the 144 to carry you into the end. Same picture on the ES, not as choppy as the NQ. A couple up signals here in the AM session where buy signal on 2 charts wouldn't be my flavor, as we saw 50 below 144 the majority of the session. Again, when you see those 50 144s, it's pretty much, you know, sit still. Wait for, if price action is going to run above the 50 and the 144, let it pull back a little bit before you get in. Get a little confirmation of trend, and that's where you got it. You had price action pull down here. You might have missed that first entry there, but that was the trend. That's all you got to wait for, is just a little piece of the pie of the entire day, and you can rack up some ticks. So there it was, sell signal to the downside, all 4 charts in the red. Let's take a look at, do we hit any Fibonacci projection levels? Yes, we did. Take a look at that. NQ coming down to almost L5 here, but we did hit that target low. YM all the way down to L5 here, hitting the Fibonacci daily target, as well as the ES never even coming close up to the target's highs. These numbers posted at the market open based on the previous day's performance. So 3 out of 3 for the session. Let's take a look at the daily gaps. Any daily gaps to contend with? Fibonacci levels. There we go. 23% fib retracement. We hit it. We got it. Let's go ahead and draw a nice little square there to identify 23% retracements holding up on the YM. Getting a lot of red, green here. So a lot of indecision. Same thing across the board here at NQ, coming all the way down to 38% fib retracement, as well as just about the 23% on the ES. We already know we have open gaps down below. Whether we continue to go get them, that's up to the bigger traders. For these crumb traders, we're just looking to follow on a trend and ride it and be ready in both directions each day. Look at that crude coming up, leaving an open gap behind here at 46.43. 2 numbers we're looking at, former highs, 48.38, 50.33 before price retraced, and upside, if we're going anywhere, look for 55.41. That would be my upside highest target there, or highest level. But again, be ready in both directions intraday. We already know for the crude, if this is your first time seeing the video here, open gaps down below, yes, those eventually will be closed. Take a look at the volume profile. Again, VPOC 17,625. You could just see the consolidation here in the market just this week, Monday or last week, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, hugging around that 17,625. Again, finishing downside. We just basically took back all those yesterday's gains from yesterday there, Jedi traders, as we migrate down here. 42.81 on the NQ and 20.60.50 headed into the ES. We're still, if we're headed upside, daily gaps. I mentioned just 55 up here on the crude, 55.41. Not too far off. Not too far off from that 53.97 right to the upside. All right, taking a look at tomorrow's Big Pic. Here we are, crude to the upside. T3 moving averages holding up above the 50 and the 144. Any pullback on the crude will result in pulling back to at least the 50 MA or those daily open gaps. Again, on an intraday, guys, you got to be ready to go in both directions. Go with the momentum. Go with the highest amount of charts in probability. We just hit fib extension 1 yesterday, pushed above 47.97. Again, there's fib extension 3, 55.75. Interesting how that's coordinating there with what? That's right, coordinating with that daily gap that we have up there at 55.41. Beware that we do have volume that's been coming down. So hate to see price rising on low volume, but again, I've seen it before. Price action rises with little volume and then just breaks out. So no indicator that we're coming down, at least in the short time yet. Let's take a look and wrap up with the last 3 indices. Again, holding underneath the 200 SMAs here on the daily. Great volume today, pushing above the 60 period moving average. And on the 4-hour chart, love that 4-hour chart. Rejection here at the 144 EMA. Pushes back downside in the downward trend. Again, ES trying to attempt overnight to push up a little bit. Yesterday's price action doesn't follow through. There's your 2 bars for today. T3 moving averages follows downside as well as on the YM. So we are definitely, going to continue in this downtrend as long as that 50 is below that 144. All right, looking ahead to tomorrow, it is all about the EIA tomorrow. FOMC minutes coming out. Again, looking ahead, we got existing home sales on Friday plus a whole host of data on Thursday, Philly Fed. Also, beware, we're getting into contract rollover, crude rolling over tomorrow, and as well as June contract rollover as we get into the summer trading as well. And who knows what lies ahead for the summer and presidential year. All right, that's a wrap for today's daily trend. Feel free to stop by at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My mantra of one simple strategy: any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. I did not take a look at Apple yet, as reviewed yesterday in the session focus. Maybe take a look at the aftermarket or tomorrow. Always check out futures, ETF, and market cap leaders. That's my weekend outlook. Go ahead and click on the weekly supplemental technical momentum outlook. Just click there. It will open up. I got a 98-page document here full of charts reviewing where's the current trend. Always be writing on a pullback if the bigger trend is to the upside. Like I said yesterday, Apple looking great for a short term yesterday, but in the end really didn't follow through on the bigger picture, which still remains downside. Covering markets from the futures, key indices, industrials, and total stock market, etc. So check that out. Find me every day on Twitter at Trading Fibs, and as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I really do just trade what's in front of me and on my charts. I leave the bias at the door when trading. Isn't that the beauty? I don't look at levels. Rarely do I look at levels. As far as when I'm in momentum, I let that train just ride. Let the winner ride. Have a trade management plan. When you're going to exit. Always ask yourself those 2 questions. When do you enter and when do you exit? It doesn't always have to be a level. It could just simply be the momentum of the candles. That's why I love those Heiken Hashi bars. Hey guys, have yourselves a Blue Zone day. Good night, and good trading.